Hello, my name is Glenn Dufresne. I'm in Team 5 of Applied Human-Computer Interaction administered through Penn State University. My teammates and I, Umar Pasha and Michael Cantu, have put together a prototype for an application called What to Wear. This prototype is kind of an initial stab at a UX that allows people to keep track of their inventory of clothing items in a fun and engaging way. The motivation behind it is, well, we all share the need to wear clothing on a daily basis, unfortunately, and figuring out what to wear can be quite the task. Some people don't know what matches what. Some people are maybe colorblind and they can't tell what matches what just by looking at it. They differ in their level of concern about what they're wearing. Some people have large wardrobes and make it difficult to decide to keep track of what they're going to wear. Some people lack confidence in their ability to put clothing together, and some people like to mix and match clothing items in just kind of a fun, play it around way and see what happens. Our intended users are some level of style conscious, style different, or style challenged. Style indifferent people probably aren't very interested in keeping track, but these style conscious people that want to keep track of fashion and match it as much as possible and maybe be avant-garde and lead it. The style different people that seek to differentiate themselves, and style challenged that just don't know what they're doing. We're going to help them decide what to wear, feel confident about that choice, and make better clothing purchase decisions. The expected environment that we tailored this prototype for is tablet or notebook. Gave us enough of a footprint for us to enable to create a feature-rich environment that can be scaled down and up as needed for other environments. A couple things I'd like to point out about the prototype. Each page is going to have a section up at the top, kind of a title, and these are unique and can be used to refer to the individual pages. So this would be the landing page. Next would be the login page, and also the registration page, so on and so on. Each of these names is unique and can be used for feedback purposes. So now we're going to start with the demonstration. This is very scenario driven. It has to do with the user goals. The first of which being have fun with fashion. We want the users to have fun with it. If they don't have fun with it, they're not going to keep coming back. So we definitely want to make it engaging in a positive way. One of the things that the user will be using the system for is to keep track of clothing. This starts off with initial registration of the app. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the initial process once just to kind of give you a feel for how new users might encounter the page. This page, the initial landing page, has gone through a few iterations, and we've ended up with just kind of making the whole inviting image its own button. So they can click anywhere in this and get to the login page. But we put this button in the middle so they kind of have some indicator of what they're supposed to be doing. So on the login page, they can put in their username, their email and password, or username and password, and then they can and then they can log in. But this demonstration is for a new user, so they're going to have to register. So on the registration page, we've built in some tooltips to kind of help people along. You'll see this help icon throughout the application, and on any given page, it can be used to provide more information about what the user, how the user can interact with the user interface on this page. Since this is a registration page, they are given information about if their username they've chosen is available or not, and also information about the password requirements. Once they've filled in all their needed fields here, they're going to go ahead and register. And since they're a first-time user, they're going to have to add some clothing. Ideally, they'll probably be taken to the social page once we get the application in a further version, but for the sake of this demo, we're going to take the new user straight to the adding clothes. There's two ways to add clothing. You can either search for different items that have been shared publicly on the site, and you can import those in, or you can upload images of your own and give it its own description and tags. And what I mean by tags is items such as these. So as different companies, maybe Gap has doing a new clothing line, and they're add a bunch of images and things to this to our application, they're going to add these links directly to the websites. Users can also add links to the website if they know the website where they bought the clothing, and they can just provide the link. So this allows people a way to go see it actually being and see the clothing that they're looking for, and maybe in a way that they can buy it if they want. And other information about the photo, like the color and maybe the season that you like to wear it, and pretty much any custom tag you like can be added. These are going to be used to enable searching for individual items later on. Once they're finished filling all this information out, they're going to go ahead and import it, and they're going to be given some feedback about, hey, this was successfully imported, and then they can move on to the next item, do more searches, maybe upload some more photos, add all the tagged information, and then once they're done with that, they can go to their wardrobe. Now the wardrobe allows a few different ways to keep track of things. So we've already talked about the tags, but another important way to keep track of different clothing outfits is in sets. So you might have shirts and pants that you normally wear together, shoes and belts, whatever you like. We already have this shirt selected, so it's going to come with us over to the next pages as we look through different items. So now we're going to try and find something to match this shirt. Now, though these pants are awesome and these are super comfy, the polos may be a little bit more formal. So we're going to go ahead and choose these dress slacks that we can use with our red polo, maybe to go golfing or something. We're going to save that as a set. So again, we're given an indicator that something's happened. We've saved this set, and I'm so proud of ourselves for saving that set that we're going to go ahead and share it with the world. Specifically Tabitha. Hey, we've got Tabitha over here. She's a good friend of ours. She's got great fashion sense. She buys great stuff. We want to get her input on this outfit. But then, after I get to this page, I realized that Tabitha said she doesn't like polo shirts, so I'm going to have to choose a different one. So we're going to make that real easy by just clicking on the clothing item itself and be taken to my sets page where I can choose different sets to share in that post. And I can either click on that icon or I can click over here. It takes me back to the page. And we're now going to share this set instead because Tabitha likes the color blue. And we're going to share that. And we're going to solicit some feedback from Tabitha and see what she thinks. And when she logs in, she's going to see a little indicator up here where this alarm bell is. It's going to let her know that somebody tagged her in a photo, and she can click on that to see who tagged her and what they were talking about. So now, since we're on the Tabitha subject, let's go ahead and suggest an outfit for Tabitha. So this business casual thing that she's wearing right now looks really good, and we're going to suggest that she wear that at a later time. If we want to pick something else, we can pick different headwear, tops, belts, bottoms, and shoes. Any items that she has chosen to share publicly are going to pop up in this list so that we can choose different of her clothing items and also my clothing items. If I wanted to dress her in my clothes, then I could do that too. And I'm going to suggest that she wear this, and she'll know what we're talking about. And when we share that suggestion, again, she'll get a notification up here that lets her know that somebody suggested something for her, and it's going to have whatever comment that we made on that. So now another thing, for those of us that don't have a whole lot of friends that are fashion savvy, like myself, they're going to want to they're going to want to see kind of what's popular and what's trending, and maybe get some of those things to be cool. So we're going to go ahead and look over at the trending tag, trending area, and oh, there's puppies. So, of course, the internet is for sharing pictures of cats, right, and videos of cats. Well, we also like puppies. So we can also look at clothing items for children and men and women and sort by different criteria. What's the hottest items? What are new arrivals? What are most viewed? Whatever criteria that we end up settling on, we can sort by those. So now we are going to go ahead and gift a clothing item to someone else. So now where the real power of this comes in is that, hey, all these items have that link that we talked about that takes you to the website where it's advertised. And if we want to, we can even gift that to someone else. So I think Tabitha might like this outfit. Maybe get her out of those dress casual clothes and something a little more comfortable. And so we're going to buy this outfit for her. We can view the link over to where the outfit is advertised, and we can, if she's shared her address publicly, that's great. Otherwise, this will be hidden, and you can just purchase it for her, and it'll be shipped, and that way she's protected if she likes. Okay, once you've put in all her credit card information, we can submit that order. We're given a confirmation page that tells us, kind of gives us some more information about it. Lets us know when it'll be arriving, if that information is available, and then takes us back over to this social page where we can see the other items that we've already talked about. So we looked at a few different designs for this application. Specifically, the one that I put together was more focused on the cell phone market, or smartphone market, and had some functionality built in, swiping and whatnot, and user settings, and it had clothing items organized by furniture pieces. We decided not to go with that. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. The sets was about the level of granularity that seemed most applicable. And as you can see, it's dramatically different interface and interaction than the layout that we ended up going with. So now there were still some critiques left over, some things that we could have done better. Specifically, like the comments on the pictures on the social page definitely shouldn't be like overlaying over the picture for readability. We should move those down a little bit. The add buttons, see when people are looking through their planner, they should be able to scroll forward and back in ways that they're familiar with. The items, we want them to have like kind of mouse over tooltips that pop up and tell you some of the metadata, maybe the description part, if you decided to add a description to the items. And some research should be done into WCAG standards so that we can make accommodations for others. Of course, we probably won't do things, we'll have to make decisions on whether we're going to market this to people such as the blind. It's going to be really difficult. The application could read out loud as those standards are set, to read aloud the description, the alt text, and things like that. So we could certainly make that a thing, but still not quite the same as seeing the outfit altogether. So we may not build that much functionality in, but we'll have to make that decision. The nav bar at the top, we definitely want to use consistent icons across the application instead of words, just to kind of reduce the reading load on the user. And on that page with the where they load up items, the import page, we want some kind of indicator here that people can drag and drop as they like. Okay, so this was the demonstration for the What to Wear application for Group 5. Thank you for your time.